Mental Health, brought to you by Barber Behavioral Health, a service of Barber National Institute.
Cecelia Hollands is back with us. She's the Director of Clinical Programming over at Barber Behavioral Health. Hi, Cecelia.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Happy to be back.
Today we are debunking mental health myths.
Yes.
Let's start with the first one. Mental health issues are uncommon.
Right. I think that there's this thought that that it's something that not a lot of people struggle with, but according to the World Health Organization, mental health concerns are one of the leading causes of disability worldwide. In the United States alone, close to 27 million adults struggle with depression.
Wow.
Nearly 8 million adults struggle with generalized anxiety. And in children, I think the most recent statistics are from 2016 to 2019. 2.7 million were diagnosed with depression, and nearly 9 million were diagnosed with anxiety.
So it's common. We want to reduce the stigma about
yes,
that.
Absolutely.
And sometimes there can be comfort in numbers, knowing that you're not alone if you are struggling with mental health.
100%, right, and seeking help.
And I think this is an interesting myth. People with mental health conditions are violent.
Right. I think this is one of the more pervasive myths about people who have mental health conditions. People with severe mental illness are only responsible for about 3 to 5% of violent crimes that are committed. And in fact, people with mental health conditions are about 10 times more likely to be victims of violent crimes themselves. So again, you probably know people who are struggling with some type of mental health issue. Most people who have mental health conditions are active and productive members of their communities.
Sure.
Another myth, people with mental health issues can just snap out of it.
Right,
big myth.
yes. Yeah, mental health conditions are not always visible to the naked eye. We can't see them. So just like we wouldn't tell somebody with chronic diabetes to just snap out of it, we can't tell somebody with a chronic mental health condition to just snap out of it or get over it. A lot of people who have a mental health concern need help and support to recover, and that might look like professional help. It might look like relying on friends and more informal resources, but telling somebody to snap out of it isn't really helpful.
It's not gonna work.
Yep.
And that kind of leads us into to our next myth. I'm not a mental health professional, so I can't help someone who is struggling.
Right, yes. If we know somebody who's struggling, even if we're not in the field, we can absolutely be of help. I think the first thing to do is to not stigmatize that person. So we don't want to use labels like, this person's crazy or they're insane. We want to use person-first language that is respectful to the human being who's struggling with the condition, and just really treating them with dignity and respect. And if we are saying that we are going to offer help and support, then we really need to follow through and offer that help and support. And that might look like helping them learn how to take care of themselves. It might look like helping them get connected to mental health resources, or even just taking it upon ourselves to learn a little bit more about what they're struggling with.
And if you have any questions, you can go right here to this number, 823-5366, and give a call to Barber Behavioral Health, and the experts there will be glad to direct you in any place you need to be going if you're looking for help for yourself or for a loved one.
Absolutely, we're here.
Yeah, and that's really what this segment is all about, hopefully making those connections. There are so many resources out there.
Absolutely.
But Cecelia, thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.